Hello, my fellow Kryptonites. Glad to have you with me today. We are in the charts again today. And guys, yet again, I am in another live trade. It just so happens that I happen to get these live trades always around 1 a.m. I don't know what it is. I was in a live trade yesterday, so make sure to go back and watch the previous video. I won that trade. I did leave a little bit on the table and I moved my stop loss into profit to see if it would come down. It didn't. It did come back up and hit my stop loss, but I still got profits from my initial profit taking. I took about 75% profits, held a little bit in reserve just in case we drop lower. We didn't end up breaking the pattern. And guys, I have a new pattern to show you that I just saw on the Bitcoin charts that is we'll see. And I have some great information for you guys today. It's going to be fantastic. So glad you've joined me. Again, hopefully win this trade I'm currently in. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. I'll show you guys what's going on. We're going to use my computer Mac this time because on the TV, you get the weird, it starts flashing and doing weird stuff. So we're going to try it on here this time. So bear with me. Okay, so let's take a look first at the trade I am currently in. As you can see right here, we are in some nice profit right now. I'm going to take profit at the 1.5. Once again, I'll probably do the same thing. I'll probably take 75, 80% profits. Actually, I don't know. We'll see. I might, maybe about 80%, and then I'll move my stop loss up into profit, and then I'll let the rest ride. Now, here's the reason I took this trade, and I'm going to show you. I actually got stopped out once before this. So right here, we had this nice hammer candle right here, and initially, I took this trade right off this hammer candle. And one of the reasons I took this trade, see if I can show it, see if I can find it here, was seeing the bullish divergences here on the RSI divergence. So as you can see, we're making lower lows, but on the RSI divergence, we're making higher highs. So I saw these divergences forming, so showing that the trend is weakening and we're likely going to get a reversal. Saw this hammer candle, saw it starting to get some follow through, and went ahead and took it. However, I didn't have my stop loss quite low enough. I had it like probably about right here, right? So I ended up actually getting stopped out of that trade. Again, no big deal. You take a loss. So I was waiting for the next one, right? Because again, these RSI divergences were playing out. Also, if we look here at the RSI here on the 15, we're actually kind of getting really close to that oversold area. And we're not super low. This is an hourly RSI, and this is a 15-minute. I like to have them kind of neck and neck. So here again, nothing crazy higher high, so nothing really to note there. But getting low here on the 15, close to that oversold. So combine that with the RSI divergence, combined with the stochastics, which let's see if I can find it here. I think it was on the hourly. That's the 4 hourly. So on the hourly stochastic, as you can see right here, we got oversold and we were crossing over. Now on the 15, 15 is not quite in agreement, and so we'll see if this trade is able to make it. So, but on the hourly, we were looking up. So I ended up seeing this next hammer candle. I should have gone in right there, but I kind of got a little bit like gun shy. It started coming up, and so then I jumped in, and so we'll see if it makes it. And one of the main reasons I also took this trade, and guys, I'm telling you, this is the key right here. This is the DXY. I've been watching this chart probably more than I even watch the Bitcoin chart anymore. Because basically whatever this does, Bitcoin does the opposite. And so as you can see, and I think the reason my first trade failed, the DXY was like right over here. And so we hadn't actually reached this trend line yet when I took that first trade on Bitcoin. And so as you can see, the DXY came up and made another higher high, stopping me out of my first trade. However, again, I waited, and as you can see off this trend line, we got a bearish engulfing really close to the trend line. We even got a little hammer candle off this trend line, and it's a potential break of market structure on the DXY, right? We've got a lower high here on the 15-minute time frame. One of the things I also noticed was, I believe it was on the hourly, was a hidden bearish divergence. So as you can see right here, we've got our high, and we've got a higher high on the RSI, but a lower high here. That's a hidden bearish divergence. That means that we're going to continue the downtrend. Now, overall, the DXY is in a pretty strong uptrend. I don't think it's going to come down a lot, right? This is definitely a very short-term, long trade. I'm just sort of expecting the DXY to maybe come down here to this yellow 21 moving average and retest it. And it looks like it's in its own kind of consolidation pattern here. As you can see, we might have, again, the trends kind of showing, we might have something like this going, where, you know, it comes back down, retests this trend line, you know, here, and then it could break out and continue onward and continue to dump Bitcoin. But as for now, on the longer time frames on the DXY, we have made a potential double top. We got a top here, and get that out of the way, and a potential top here. As you can see, we got, you know, resistance right here, nice big bearish engulfing candle right off the DXY. So this is potentially a reversal on the DXY, which would mean that Bitcoin is going to basically do the opposite. But we'll see here again. This is just a very short-term trade I'm in, just trading it, you know, expecting the DXY to come back down to the lower part of this triangle, and that's when I'd probably exit my Bitcoin trade. And again, I'd wait to see what the DXY is going to do. But guys, the DXY, crucial. If you're trading Bitcoin, if you're trading cryptocurrencies, you need to look at the DXY. Oh, looks, we got a nice little switch here on the Heiken and the RSI candles, showing a nice green candle, which is nice, but also getting some resistance from a trend line. So a little bit of a risky trade here. Wouldn't necessarily recommend this trade, but I wanted to take a little shot because I do think that, you know, we consolidate around here and hopefully get a breakdown to lower targets here on the DXY. Again, seeing some broken market structure there, which would, oh, and look at that. Look at that, guys. Maybe you'll see me win my trade live here on the video. We're getting real close. I'll probably just let it take all profit there just because we're coming up to the 200. We're in this downtrend, so I don't necessarily expect it to really have enough strength to, you know, bust past the 200. But hey, look at that. Live on the video, you might see me win another trade on Bitcoin. No, oh no, we're seeing red. Anyway, so let's jump back to the longer time frame. I always like to take you guys to the, you know, really long-term time frames because it's really important to get that sort of long-term look at what is going on. Sorry for all this stuff here. I'm going to try to delete this real quick. Next time I'll have a chart prepped with a clean chart, so that way you guys aren't distracted about all this stuff on here. As it's one of the things about trading is just keeping your charts not cluttered, and that's why I have multiple charts so I can not clutter one chart with too much stuff, right? Right now the kind of setup I have is I've got one chart, which is my main chart. Usually have like a pattern chart on. I've got the RSIs of both the 15-minute and hourly, so I can kind of compare them, you know, next, and I've got the, you know, the moving averages, some, you know, engulfing candle indicators, and then, you know, for some other ones, right, I've got one with the stochastic hourly and 15, so I can kind of see how that's doing. And I can kind of jump between these different ones without just getting it too cluttered. This one has my RSI divergence on, which, ooh, looks like that's good news that we have not made a hidden bearish yet on the longer time frame. It's good news. So as you can see, this is a weekly big red candle, kind of dumping. Had my price targets here that almost got hit pretty much, very close to. Let's go to the daily. Again, nothing really new to see here. The candles, like I said, pretty weak. Nothing too great here. Just a little, likely another bear flag, you know, for the most part. Had a nice bear flag here we've been talking about for a long time, broke down out of it. So now having a little rally, I do expect, you know, further downward price targets. Expect us to retest our old lows. In fact, I've been saying for a long time on this channel, I think we're going to get one big liquidity grab down here, drop below 17K, get a bunch of people to just capitulate, just to say like, oh, this is it, we're going to 10,000, right? A bunch of people will sell. That's when big money, you know, buys around 15, 16, 17K. They're going to have all their buy orders in. They're going to buy here, and then we're riding up to higher price targets. That's my prediction on what's going to happen. Regardless, even if we did, I think there's still going to be a liquidity grab, right? Even if we do make higher targets and then still come down lower, there's going to be a liquidity grab, a big push up, and then again, we either out of the bear market and we continue up, or that was just a nice false rally for lower targets. But I lean more towards option one. So as far as my bias here, guys, so here's the pattern I want to show you guys that I feel like I just discovered here. We're actually making an ascending triangle. An ascending triangle. Yes, as you can see, we got a nice flat trend line, a couple times trying to break above it, but getting rejected continuously while we have a rising, you know, trend here. Oh, look at this. Hey, might win this trade live. How about that? So I just noticed this pattern, and actually I hadn't even noticed this pattern until I actually was already in this trade, and I went, whoa, hold on a second here. Wow, okay, perfect. Because, you know, I was originally expecting it to come all the way back down here and kind of just range between these targets, but I was wondering why it was stopping short and why we're getting those divergences. I was like, man, I thought it was going to come down lower. I was going to wait to try to long it more at the extreme of the range. But then I saw all the indicators showing that we were going to go up. And so I thought, okay, interesting. And so when I read you this line, I realized we're actually in an ascending triangle, which, is bullish in nature, which I'm pretty excited about. But also, you could also still look at it as sort of a bear pennant. So you could look at it one of, two ways there. I tend to look at it a little more bullish. Guys, can we win this trade while we are actually live here? That would be pretty cool. But I don't think we're going to be able to, because this video is, I can't have it too long. Otherwise, it just takes forever to upload to YouTube. So, guys, let's take a quick more look at it. Oh, look at that, the DXY. Oh, it's hanging on a little bit to this 21. But again, still expecting some downward action there from the DXY. It's kind of chilling out. Let's look on Ethereum real quick, which, as no surprise, is seeing a similar kind of pump along with Bitcoin. I'm going to jump out to the daily time frame here just to look at the long term. I don't trade ETH a lot typically, but it's been a pretty strong uptrend, as you can see. Broke market structure a little bit here, making that lower low, but getting support. So I'm not going to go into ETH too much. I don't honestly look at it too much, so I don't have a lot of analysis to give. I really focus on the daddy of all crypto, Mr. Bitcoin. Oh, are we going to win this trade live on the set here? Come on, let's hit it. Let's go. Let's win this live. Come on, how much time do I have left here? I probably don't have time. But guys, one thing I want to mention, I know Ethereum, the merge is coming up, but as sort of a Bitcoin maxi, and again, I do own a lot of other coins, so I'm not that much of a Bitcoin maxi, but I am worried about the centralization of the different blockchains that are involved with the staking. I'm very worried, and I've listened to some experts talk about it, and they're also very worried about the, Ethereum just being a centralized blockchain, which kind of defeats the whole purpose of cryptocurrency. Is we want decentralization, and here we have, only 8 different companies basically that are going to run the Ethereum blockchain based on how much staking power they have and voting power. So if the government, pressures them to do stuff, they're probably going to do it. I mean, I hope not. I hope that they're willing to put aside maybe some profits for the whole point of the blockchain and cryptocurrency, but sometimes people are a little more greedy than we'd like them to be, which is why I think Bitcoin is still always the true king of crypto, true decentralization, as much as we can get at least. Bitcoin is still my #1 cryptocurrency. Guys, as always, make sure to grow your money, save your money, make sure to buy some Bitcoin because fiat currency is going to zero. It's the ultimate crap coin. You will lose your money long term if you hold it and not hold assets, real estate, stocks, crypto, anything that's going to appreciate. Do not hold your money in lame, dying fiat currency. See you guys on the next one. Wait, did we win the trade? Hold on. Oh my gosh, we might have. I'll have to check on Bybit and see where my thing was set.